Burro. Sim, depois vai da Fortnite. Vai aparecer 500 vídeos, neste caso. A mim mesmo.
Onde é que está a galeria de capturas?
Olha, no teu cu.
Ah, mano, eu não sei, Zé. Está aqui, mano. Carrega Rio e esse aqui na porra está errado. Mas isso é da palestra de jogos, não é?
De todos os jogos do mundo quis você. Oh mano, é uma cena no menu principal que aparece com coisa, é tipo a cena do quando se começa a gravar um vídeo e uma imagem. Tipo uma montanha. Fogo! Nem que estejam desde a PS Store até a biblioteca a ver onde é que está, caraca. Fogo, mas bora arena só. Tiago, eu estou a fazer live para tu veres. Pena que você me deixou, parte o meu coração.
Não aconteceu nada. Não, pera. Sim, assim foi logo para a biblioteca. Não é nessa fila da esquerda. Oh, mano, isto só está no jogo do Uno.
Pronto, porque o Tiago nunca usou aquilo, ou seja, para ele está ali. Tens, mano, fogo é difícil estar desde a Play Store, enchendo de estar até aparecendo no título da coisa. Galeria de capturas é difícil, carago.
Olha que é, mano.
A fogo é no momento principal, carago.
Mano, diz qual é que é, mostra.
Mano, é tão fofo, mano, é no meio principal, parece tuas imagens, bro. Mas é só outra.
Mano, onde é que é? Diz lá.
Ah, mas...
Mano, põe lá, por favor, que eu quero ver.
Pena que você me deixou parte do meu coração. Tiago, eu vou aqui na guitarra do grupo do Forte. Podes estar a ver a minha live se quiseres. Pelo grupo de fãs. Você deixou parte do meu coração. Vocês podem simplesmente meter ready. Podem. Ok. David, estás com o microfone.
Eu sei ser.
Ok. Thanks. Oh mano, qual é a cena de ver só um clipe? Para que queres ver o clipe? Para que tu queres ver o clipe? Diz-me lá. Oh mano, depois vês, fogo, mete ready, caraca. Fogo, já me estás a irritar. Thanks. Diz ao teu irmão para... Dani, estás no microfone. Mano, fogo. Diz ao Dani para desmontar o micro. Já vi o teu comment. Tens! Mais que toda a partida.
Tiago,
E todo o mundo aqui.
tu pensaste em sair? Nem queres?
Porquê? Mas por que não? Mas por que não? Mas não é bem rápido, bro. Bem claro. Mano, fogo! É, no gajo ouve mal! Já que lhe estou a fazer, dizer. É mesmo assim há 30 anos. Para o gajo montar a voz toda do micro. Não, Dani! Agora tens. Então mete o micro. Não. Já está agora. Vai ser um drop horrível. É simplesmente meter o teu e-mail, mete. É simplesmente. Olhem para o drop. Chama. Ah, Tiago, porquê que eu nunca vi o teu pai quase? Ah? Yeah. Tenho. Porquê que ela acha... Então, ó sua grande menina. Então, porquê que ela às vezes está na casa da mãe e na casa do pai? Que é rico ele. Tem 3.000 casas. Eu sei disso. Só que eu não tenho machado. É só ficar preta. Tu deixes! Tu assim. Tu sem shield, deixes! 20 no shield não. Na van não. Ei, o que é que tu disseste? Mas o que é? O que é? Não, olha, então não tenho. Totas com arroz. Tenho totas com arroz. Manda David, sem shield e quero água. Puxa, tô. Dois ainda por cima. Crack. Kigo. Ah, mano, o que é? Estava a ser maleta SMG, mano. Fogo, o David está sem shield, está com meio SMG só no loot. E vai-me puxar, bro. Estás a gozar comigo, David? Estava um gajo knocado. Ih, isto quer dizer que os outros também têm de estar. E que não pode haver mais gajos na cidade. Fogo! Ele deve estar bem mal no acumulativo, ainda não encontrei.
Ele está em quinto.
Sim, está em quinto. Para já ele está tudo bem. Mano, quero dar view party? Porquê que eu não estou a dar view party? É isto, mano. Tens de ir às definições e depois aparece sistema e acho que aparece vínculo à conta e pronto. Fogo.
É para vincular a conta no YouTube. Porque vais ter um canal?
Sei lá, mano.
Pois tu, se criar já tens 3 subs logo.
Três, já.
Mas não és logo porque... Só não dou logo uma, só não dou, mas por isso tens que fazer o vídeo. E tu, pelo menos hoje não vais conseguir fazer vídeo se criar tens canal.
E não é só isso, também tem que estar com aquela mão. Porquê é que hoje não consegue fazer vídeo?
Neve!
Porquê, mano?
Ele tem de esperar 24 horas para poder vir. Oh mano, tu criar canal antes de fazer isso no telemóvel? Acho que sim. Eu vi no telemóvel. E depois pus YouTube na PlayStation e... Eu tive depois de... Oh mano, olha como já está a cair. Eu vou desviar. Ah, ali um gajo já caiu, mano. E olha como já caíram, literalmente.
Já vou desviar também.
Eu desviei, não dá, Gui, eu desviei.
Aqui não dá para... No YouTube na PS não dá para filmar nada.
Mas já não morrer. Já estou dead.
Dedozinho gostoso.
Mas morri, eu dei 40 anos de escudo na... Mas também desviava.
Ok, tem que ir ao serviço.
Mano, o gajo vai me chegar. Os gajos vão atrás de você, de certeza. Senão também são burros. Vocês acham que vão perder a vocês?
Estás de grau, acho eu.
Eu vou fazer tudo para passar. Ele não pode pegar nada, mas também. Mas eu vou-lhe dar um mini para ele tomar agora. Vai perder tempo. Ah, mano, fogo, tu só te importas com a famas, né? Oh, mano, fogo, achas que dá? Achas? Para gravar, para começar agora a gravar. Tá, pode ser. Vou começar a fazer logo. Live não. Vídeo. White! Mete 3 white outra vez. Matei! Meti 3 no shield. Finish. Outro ali que levou crack. 22 naquele. Lá no, ali de longe. Muita mira envolvida. Não é nada. Agora já nos viram. Não sei. Ressados. Cracks. Dê cracks. Até. Deixa-me luta. Incluindo balas. Então pega um bico, mano. Ou seja, há gajo lá. Queres balas de alguma cena? Mano, se eu próprio não estou a ir. Ai! Para já é um, pera. Vou tentar matar. Setenta e oito. 78. Já. Cracks? Tem. Matei. Sim. Yeah. Não. Estou a brincar, patos. Eu sinto-me que coisa mais roubada, bro. What the hell? What? Yeah. Vou. Vou levar a penjeta, Eu só vou levar uma cena de cura. Foi não. Ah não! Dá cá a sniper. Fogo, estás a vir mal. Eu não sei o que é que... Não, leva a tua sniper, eu vou levar, digo. Ah, não mais gajo! Quero-me dano. 3. O que é? Mano, o que é? Como é que é tudo deles, bro? É tudo, mano. É tudo deles. Tudo, mano. Yeah. Mano, que nojo de gajo, bro. Ai, fogo. Aonde? No cumulativo só tem 100 pontos. Ah, ok, tenho 190.
Ainda agora comecei, caralho. Isto é difícil, logo. Mas, com vídeos de animais, vai ser impossível. Angry Dogs, parte 2. Começa logo.
Onde é que ele foi? Só agora? Mano, porquê que vocês decidem sempre ir à casa de banho quando estamos no ônibus? Arrasca. Mas foi, o gajo então deve... Antes, como as vezes que já fiz crochê. Esquece. Eu nunca fiz crochê. Para avisar, ok? O quê? Como é que o gajo está ali, mano? Ali cai-me sempre madeira, sempre madeira ali. Mas ali, o gajo tinha de calhar uma SMG logo. Não, SMG. Anda cá, mano. Anda cá, Crush, não sabe onde é que eu estou. Dani, anda rápido. Queres ser muito rápido. Anda! Rápido! O gajo está na escada. Está ali na escada. Não morres! Não morres! Não morres, tu! Cuidado! Oh, mano, o gajo está-me finish, mano. Que gajo nojento, dança. Minha, dá res já. Que eu já vi. Quem tiver, por favor, mandem um comment. Anda, vem, vão dar reza. Este gastinho é de me finalizar, pois. Mano, fogo, para de pegar luto, mano. Estás aí a pegar luta, e eu estou morto aqui. Vou nascer com uma pistola branca, não sei se sabes. Não odeio quando vem tipo... Só um gajo, só bem gajo. E os outros ficam do caraco. Deixa-me mutear esta parte toda, bro. Aquilo também. Aquilo, onde está aquela roda. Sem querer marcar a fenda roda. Mas gajo... Vocês já viram aqui? Já. Ok. Gajo já pegar. Ainda não pegaram nada. Acho que não foi. Já peguei. Já tinha pegado a total. Já. Mas eu tenho delay. Já tenho delay. Baixa um bocadinho atrás da lei para ver se foi gás para a neve. Sim. Mais um pouquinho, mais um pouquinho, mais um pouquinho, mais um pouquinho. Ah, David, podes-me deixar ficar? Ou nem com isto me deixas ficar? Vamos, Mati! Então, há tanto tempo desde... Mateus está à zona. Tipo, depois jantaram um bocado. Porquê? Ah, já, pois é. Ele foi para casa do pai. O que é, Mati? Espera aí, vou ver. Yeah, depois se onde? Yeah, let's go! Quer jogar aquele mapa? Nós estamos a fazer uma história naquele mapa de que estávamos sempre a pescar. Ah, Tiago. Estava tão top. Nós tínhamos feito, depois tens de fazer connosco, mano. Por favor, diz tipo, pergunta se podes, tipo, sei lá, dormir tipo às 10h30, 11. Pergunta, por favor. Porquê? Ok, mas vocês não podem estar estragando. Ouviste, David? Não sei, depois de jantar, se calhar. Eu já vou jantar. Olha, eu a seguir esta partida vou jantar. Esta partida, seguida aqui é 2 partidas. Não tem nada a seguir. Sim. Pode-me mandar já um clipe. É mesmo, tipo, literalmente um clipe. Pode-me mandar um clipe. Pode mandar um clipe nos comentários. Por favor. Não podem? Porquê? Também. Agora é que me estou a lembrar. Olha para o mar e afunda-te. Olha para o mar e afuga-te. Sim, afuga-te. Obrigado, Matias Rei. Não digas. Olha, só uma cena. Obrigado por não terem, tipo, luteado isto em condições. Se faz. Olha a secar. Sim. Olha aqui a secar. Esse cara está tipo, via. É de longe, não. Ai, isso é incrível. Peraí. Todo sentido. Este é que... És tu. E de todos os loucos do mundo eu quis você. Partiu meu coração. Sim. Nós estávamos a fazer então uma história em que mapa? Que era água? Eu e o Mate. Calha para gente, ora dá cá. Ora dá cá. Então dropa. Qual é a tua cura? Dropa as ataduras. Já vi, não dispares, vamos ficar aqui em Crelheira, para já. Quem? E tu foscas. Fogo. A sério, porquê? Aleluia, 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 aleluia.
E o meu irmão, tipo assim, mas tens de me dar as vozes.
Não. Não ia escrever para nos juntar para isso. E depois matam-me. Olha, eu odeio, eu nunca mais... Eu agora estou muito irritado com o Fortnite, porque o Dani ia matar um, hoje à tarde, mas não matou, porque a Pump dá 189, não é? Pronto, ele deu 189, o gajo a seguir matou. A gaja ali. David. A gaja ali. Olha para mim, só rapidinho. A gaja ali. Dani, a gaja ali. No caralho. Deixa-me conduzir. Deixa-me conduzir, bro. What? Não estou com... Que shotgun? Isso for pump lendária. Já não foi. Ali. Não. 36, 45, 42, 37, 29. Aui, maue. Ai, eu parti do pé. Meti pé. Haga mais Jorge aqui. Oh, mano. Na minha técnica. Tá-se bem o caralho. Eu nunca sabe que eu tô aqui. Caralho, já, mano. Não, a 2... Mano, porquê que aquilo me deu 19 a 2 metros? E a 1 metro deu-me 20. Dá. Mas já não recuperamos pontos. Porquê? Como é que sabe? Já pesa. Não sei. Que não mate esperança. Olha, vou ver os defensores. Queres ver? Sério? Eu vou também ver. Dani, queres ver também?
Malga nos bigodes. Dizias, claro, então somos amigos. Pois, mas é que há pessoas que não dizem às outras.
Como é que se vê? Onde é que... Pá, não digas nada. Dá, beleza. Tá aqui. I'm ready, Dani. Se eu conheço o Mr. Savage, claro, até foi ele que me... Mas vai, top o gajo, mano. Até foi ele que me deu este relógio. Já acabou as defensas, esta é a última partida deles. Ai, não é nada, isto são 8 e 19. Estou a ver. Não, estou a ver porque está a aparecer aquele bocadito ali das defensas.
Understanding that the deal, Aqua and No Rally found a piece of the missing puzzle, and okay, the fight gets extended.
Yeah, mostra Stompy agora.
Lazy Lake here, and now Stompy, I don't know if he has another clutch in that.
Pera.
We're gonna have to pull one out here with the
Cinema, está aqui. Para aquele lado.
put the chase down, and now may have an opportunity to send out.
Olha aquele skin que eu estou sempre a usar.
It's a out of game night.
That Lazy Lake, it's more of an actual boxing ring right now, a backyard brawl. Stompy looking for a sucker punch, but these builds are way too strong. Regulation wins at the end of the day. TQ and Pethick, they survive.
Tá chegar? Já estou.
It is Janice Tapix in hand, making that
Wave,
rotation
vou torcer também pelos Wave.
stealthy stronghold. This is what I've been waiting for this entire time. I've been waiting,
Toda a
calling
gente
it
tá.
out day one. When are they going to execute this strategy? And I'm thinking it's because that Wings trio
No
is no
cinema.
longer going here. Is Doko coming from Coral Castle is rotating through. I do think maybe Wings is those
Tá
pink
toda a
arrows
gente
there,
a
but I like what
ciumear
I'm seeing. If they can get
Wave,
this done,
Blacken.
that could be that storm surge enough for them to
Tá
give that mobility and
Fortaleza.
freedom that they enjoy when it comes to those mid to end game rotations.
That's been tough for this trio the entire day. We'll be actually battling Hen Janice Chapix in this one too. Kind of overall 24th place. Looking at the game so far, you know, there's been one. The second game they played on the first day where they actually really made it out of the early game, and Dako had a lot to say in the end game. They keep getting held back. Art Skill is here too. He's going to be stopped. So many different
Olha o
teams.
Gil Janis, mano. Eu não quero ganhar este gajo, bro.
It's very chaotic because Arskill, you were landing all the way south, and now you're here back north. You might have migrated too early. It's not
I
your
mean, I'm
time.
telling you, right? This is the difference. When the last 3 games, people start to do different things. They start to get maybe a little bit exhausted. They go for plan Bs and Cs if A's aren't working out.
Yep.
And sometimes that plan B goes straight over the Janice Chapix in hand. That is not what, you know, the strategy usually is for a lot of teams. They don't end up winning out in that
Vocês estão a
angle.
ouvir
Even
em
there,
que é? Em
Flecken
português?
with a beautiful flank shot. Only
Ah,
really
okay.
lands one AR tag. Janice responds with equivalent damage. Now the pressure comes in, so a beautiful drop down there back with the same team. All his teammates. Pressure's still coming in. They have a lot of mass to be able to survive this. They have the
Muito
siphons from all
avançado.
sides. But remember, Stealthy Stronghold, that back wall, you can't break it. You can't build through it. Chapix Janice literally stuck between a rock
And
an
a wave,
impenetrable place.
second.
And don't forget,
Matou.
Doku, who's a great solo impact, is not going to go down easy. This man has about 9 different chances when it comes to lobby. He is the cat of the finals. And now we're looking at Asterios on the top right, making the rotation. This is another zone that we've been seeing throughout the finals here. And that means this is
trio.
it. This is Tasting's time. We had a lot of home zones
Yeah,
in day one for the
trio
Believer
Jimenez.
Beach trio. And they did
Trio
not cash it
em
at all.
toca.
Reese talked about it in game 1. They went to the south side of
trio
Pleasant Park,
mais ou
and they got
menos
easily eliminated because of storm surge.
em
But we see them how
um
aggressive they
bocado ao
are.
lado
I think
da
this is it. This is
cidade,
their
outros
time.
dois
They can
ia
move
mandar
in
outro
first place.
ali na bomba de
Moved out of
gasolina.
home, though. They might have the best zone
Em
possible for their
Slurpee.
POI, but they're not even looting it. It looks like they're somewhere all below those orange arrows at Weeping Woods, maybe looking for some engagements. Meanwhile, there's a random orange arrow all the way towards the top near Salty Stronghold, wondering what's happening over there. Flakin, Gumu, and Dako, they're expending all their ammunition, trying to get these guys just absolutely fumigated outside of the low ground. I think if that was a launchpad attempt or something from the side of the Guild Gamma boys, it's not going to be there at all. Looking for the shots. Anyone towards this side, nothing. And now Janice is actually broken down from the back.
Mata tu, Janice, let's go. Isso, mata esse gajo.
He goes for the big pump on the fucking and lands it. Gumu on the back, big shot, but it's not going to land. He clutches up for the team, a 1v1 all the way down there. The Guild Falcon trio gets taken down.
Ok, mataram
Not
o
just any
Janice.
trio, a champion quality trio gone, eliminated in the early game.
Yeah,
Their rise
porque
slows
está
down, but
mal,
Flecken is
tão
one of
mal.
those trios here
E
in
o
the finals
Janice é
has
sempre
not been
gajo,
easy outs. Every time they get
o
pushed
Janice ganha
by
sempre.
the wing trio coming over
Fazendo
into
tipo
that,
top
into
2.
Coral Castle, they survive. And talk about a great survival right then and
Pero
there. As
Tyson-
now we go into the other side of the island. Elocrest, Holly, Tripper, can they hold
Tyson,
on?
mano, eu não vi Tyson
Third
nesta.
place right now, and already they've been in scrums with Indretta here along these rotations. What's going to be their plan here for Game 9?
I feel like they have a lot more freedom in this game. That top left side of the map fighting for so long in Storm. Tayson leaving Believer Beach and going south. They can basically claim anything they want on this north
Sim,
side.
tá,
In 2
mas,
minutes,
tipo,
we'll see if the north side actually
tem dois
matters
pads,
this
isso é
game.
muito bom.
Or if it goes back down towards Slurpee again. This is going to be a free game, it feels like. for
Mas
Triple Hottie
mas
Euroclass,
não
where
está bem
before,
de cura.
it seemed like they were always trying to play catch up.
And I'm not gonna notice as well in the previous game, a lot of those third-party instigators were felt with a lot of force. You know, a lot of people were saying, "Hey, wait a minute." Dun, dun, dun.
He's not going to actually land it.
Mas não sei se ele consegue ver o gajo. Ui, começaram a fight.
I saw it too.
É o Benji! Anda lá, Benji!
That's going to be a huge development that we're going to see if we get our eyes on, because there's another development here that's happening. Benji, Joe, and Shadow are going against Tripper here,
Mano,
third
porquê que
place.
parece que o
And now we're taking a look, fourth place maybe in shambles
é
here.
bot?
But this is going to be an engagement that Shadow and Joe and Benji want, and they're going to take the fight here. I don't know. They know that Tripper's chilling in this bush, and if Tripper just moves any more out to the left and right side, and I think it's just a little too scary for Shadow. As we like to say in the Latin community, the cuckoo's in the bushes, so he got a little scared and he ran away.
That's going to be tough for these guys to kind of find out and try to get any shots when they can't actually see where Tripper and the majority of the trio is. As they move across.
I was gonna say, can you imagine the comments? No, it's not worth it. No, not worth it. Let's get out of it. Let's get out of here. Wow, man, I just can't believe that they just weren't too confident in that fight.
Que era? Sim.
Moments happening here. Mappy, let's go ahead and just get away from Red Rush. Mysterios here, the kind of interesting split. I've seen this split on NA West with Arc and Shiro. One person hides in the bush while the other is based up in two duos, so they got these nice angles, this crossfire that may be happening. Mappy, Mysterios, and Red Rush. One elimination, but looking at their point total, that is for day 2, 90 points. Pretty solid, pretty decent.
Eu não estou assistindo inglês para já. Ui, tá aqui! Sim. Ui, Pampa Azul, Pulsor Azul, 6 minis, 2... Hey, let's go! Tem 2 pets.
In the finals, right, Sancho? It was like a lot of box fights, a lot of close and personal things. There was about
Por quê?
2 sniper elims every single game. That last game we just had 10. Right, Tayson doesn't have the option in his inventory right now. But from what we've been watching,
Já não devia só odiar o Tyson, mano. Fogo ganhou. Acho que as últimas 2 avançadas foi ele que ganhou, acho eu.
All the way up to now, people actually going for different strategies, mountain zones becoming
Ah,
a
é bom,
thing,
mano.
over peaking a little bit. It seems like people are kind of getting a little bit sloppy or making
Olha
mistakes.
muito Rezen.
Reese pointed out that the last time that Tayson and Vino and reason they were going to these storm surge spots, they were occupied. You took a look here, that Guardian Tower outside Believer Beach was been occupied by a trio
Não, eu não quero, eu quero ficar. Ok, tem dois. Mano, o Venom também tem dois pés. O que é, mano? Ah, pelo menos 4 pés eles têm. Não sei se o resto não tem, porque eu não vi o resto.
They're going to have those opportunities, like I mentioned. You got Cammy Says-Teak out in the distance. You have another trio that's sitting on top of the Bony Burbs here. But I'm liking what Bino and Reason and Tayson are doing here for day 2 Storm Surge plans.
It's very good. It's very 360 degrees. Aqua, the deal.
Not surprising.
Olha o anti-trio do Kiko.
Their same kind of plan too.
O céu
pro Trick. Waiting for other people to peek over and then getting their tags. But we've seen it throughout the whole day. Vidil, Noah Riley getting tagged down over and over again by sniper shots. Getting overtaken as well. So you see the split now. It's Vidil and Aqua all the way on height, looking out of their base. Noah Riley making sure he's kind of like the janitor down below. Everything is operating smoothly, and there's no trio sneaking up on him.
It was game 2 that last time we saw a zone like this, but it was Vidil, Aqua, and Noah Riley. They didn't take advantage, Shio, because they kind of overextended themselves too far south. They got caught out there trying to get storm surge tags. They took a box fight, and they got eliminated early.
Não, pô, vai ter transformado em burst, mano. Deve ser bom.
This is another prime chance for them to get some big points on the board, because taking a look at them, they were in the top 3, and now they're slowly sliding down. They went down to 8, and they're still holding on to that 8th place. So now we're getting into this big advantage there. They have height. Save It is here, and I know Kirachi's south because he just rotated in, so all those southern teams are on their storm lines, and of course now we go to the northern teams. Again,
é fixe aqui, esse carrega no quadrado fica no foco, fica tipo foco.
It always happens. It doesn't matter, pubs, arena, it doesn't matter even in
Parece que sou eu que estou a jogar quase, né?
They're going to find you eventually, so that may be haunting to let that disengage happen from Benji's trio.
Sometimes it's a good idea not to fight, and it's not like they're letting them go for free. We saw Tripper take a shot at the inflatable. We see right now Hottie still dealing damage on the car. So you know that these guys are trying to say they have a little bit of aggression still in them. They're not to be messed with for free.
All I'm saying is, I warned you. That's all I'm saying. I'll put it out there. We're gonna watch the feed. I'm telling you.
It's
you
not
let someone
go for a fight at this position.
I know. I agree.
I totally agree. To make it out. But we'll see if Karma is in the wave. There's always a little bit of feeling that comes through too.
Not the player. The overarching Karma. Yeah, that's the player.
Overarching, yeah. The mystical side of Karma. So Tripper getting picked up. Hottie as well. Chonka tires in tow. Big thing about this zone is, big thing about this zone is, really pulling in towards the center. Be a squeeze all the way around the entire way. And height will be very tricky because there could be a mountain in the way. It could be Riverside. No one knows yet. A lot of the time, the prep for how the zone looks is done right now by a lot of these teams. With that still being a mystery, you know, what type of end game will this really be? Having a high base right now might not be the wave. Overbuilding right now might not be the wave. No one knows exactly what to do yet.
And Alex likes to be in that position that you see him on the right side.
E eu é que tenho. E tu ainda dizes, se não sei fazer no centro, eu ia votar em ti.
All these southern teams are not quite in yet. You can see a couple of dead side rotations happening here. Chiachi's sending those beams towards the way of Red Rush, mapping his Therios. So far, no connections.
Now let's talk about Kriyachi for a second right now too. These guys used to be the two Stormy right in this tournament. The first place holders for multiple games. From day 1 to day 2, they've fallen down to 5th place now overall, right? Even Vidil Rally Aqua, 3rd overall, now down to 8th. This is going to be a redemption game, not for Vidil Rally or Aqua. They get taken down in the feed. Maybe if it's possible for the analysts to have a replay of that. I mean, they had the prime time position. They had everything going for them. Noah Riley, I was talking about it, working janitorial duties, making sure I guess it might have been, no, it couldn't have been surge. Something happened and they went down in the game where they were supposed to come back.
You're seeing what happens, man, when social media barbs go back and forth. You know, a lot of trash talk was happening against Default, and Default now shows up, and he kind of talks the talk in-game. They kind of snuck up on him. You're holding down. That's a problem. You're holding on a tower spot. All of a sudden, it's just one angle, because there's 360 degrees that you have to cover. It just takes one angle, and all of a sudden, you get taken out here. It's a very tough. I'm trying to see the remnants of the fight here, but hey, bottom line, no matter what happened, we'll maybe catch a replay, but Patrick Safi and Default take out a big, again, a home advantage for them, like you said, does not count.
They land that Pony Burbs that is literally the center point of this mini map right now. And they were so close to first place. Now they'll be outside of the top 10 after this game. That is insane to think about. Meanwhile, other teams, opposite plans, Squeezy, Jerky, Trulex, saying low to the ground, still utilizing bushes, saving their mats. Looking like they might go for another high ground take again. Who do they have to deal with though, Sancho? It's going to be the likes of Malabuka possibly going all the way towards height. Kiriachi's still here. He loves to do it. Aqua's not going to be there, you know, beside him to stop him right now. Looking at the board as well. Tayson, Vino, Reason. You saw how ecstatic they were in quality number one. And at the same time, you know, all the games today, the battle for height as well. That will be there. In this type of zone, when we're looking at just natural low ground, height really dictates these games.
Ui, estes vão começar a levar com a Storm Surge. 194 velo. What? Basta morrer um gajo de 444 velo passaram para 194. Mas no quê? Ridículo que este cena do velo, bro. Estes gajos precisam dar techs.
Curiosity to Storm right here sitting on top of the board. Hopefully
estes gajos precisam muito dar techs.
Não,
já mandei text a esses. Bem, tão estúpidos. Estavam a disparar no Tayson. Mas não tem esses gajos. Parece que eu quero ver esses gajos.
And Kiriachi left over in this box. Story right is in a world of trouble and not even in the same box. Somehow is able to survive. I don't even see him on the screen. There he is finally. He let everyone roll over him, hit inside the pyramid, popping that med kit. Zone finally locks in. They get it. They're on that side a little bit. They'll have a little bit more time.
And
breathe. Oh, man, things are so claustrophobic. There's like 10 trios beside their box.
I gotta say, what's happening right now is the reason why Kiriachi is so below Storm is simply because
he didn't find his começou o inferno de todos os players.
You saw them push into that
Storm Surge.
Storm Surge affected him.
Acabou Storm Surge.
Have been eliminated.
Sorte.
They had an opportunity. They were trying to get polished up for day 2, trying to look clean up, but no, doesn't work out for them as now we have a new trio on Hyatt.
Okay.
You can be able to take that, but on the low ground, it's Falcon, Tayson, and Reason. They are climbing up the board and trying to find higher heights here on that board.
If they stay on low ground, the biggest trio to deal with, we just saw them on screen, will be Floki, Clement, Sliptos.
Tem 3 pads here. E eles ao todo têm 7 pads que eles têm ao todo.
Now with a few more, this is another zone they get to play, another end game they get to appear in. Will they survive the likes of Tayson? Will Tayson even go for height? I mean, those questions aren't even going to be asked yet. They still have to get into this 5th zone. The rest of the north lobby side has to also come in. Everyone seems like they're reserving everything for this end game. There are no high bases. It's just like people in bungalows on the ground.
No coisa onde eu estou a ver. Aqui na festa real. Aí para cima. E a gaja por na minha frente. Não me deixa assistir.
So now we're seeing there's so many bases and so many catacombs. I don't even see a patch of grass almost in the center of this zone here. As we're about to get to the first moving, and there's so many people right down the middle that there's going to have still easy rotations. That means we're going to have a very chaotic in-game here on our hands.
Well, it depends on how many pads actually get placed down and who takes them. We go over all the way to New Land towards the west side. Audi Trip and Elocrats, no strangers to really taking height in that 7th zone, but it's also the same game plan as Tayson, the same game plan as Squeezy, as Murstache, who's also alive. Jaggy actually gives up height to move across. No one has a high ground base. No one's controlling things. This is Aqua's old base. Everyone's just kind of waiting to see who makes the first move.
And we are all waiting right now for the time for the rise of Tayson, Vino, and Reason. Just sitting here, they're now see the pad, they take it, they fly up there, it's Bea, and then no! Tayson gets tagged hard, he's down to 17 HP. He's gonna try to glide to maybe he can take a moment to breathe, but he doesn't. It's Vino right there that at least is giving a supply of a flopper if he doesn't pick them up. The good thing is that he did go down early here, so there is some time. He does have minis to at least pick up. One of the most impactful players in the FNCS with 21 elimination is back on his feet, and this trio is trying to survive.
They got towards the front side, had time to stabilize. Reason Tayson Vino now have to make sure that all teammates are at full HP. They are, and they find a good side of this zone. They're not used to being this far behind, breaking into the box 3v3, looking for the next shot. Could it be 3? No. Has to cost them a little bit in terms of positioning. They have to go up even more. They have a little bit of ass to work with. One person all the way in. It's Vino by himself. Tayson going all the way in as well to try to help Reason. Goes through the backside. Vino in trouble. He is down. Tayson also just 10 HP, all up to Reason. 26 damage below Surge. He has to fight off 15 other teams and the server that keeps hopes alive in this game. All the way towards the backside. Kiriachi might be his target of choice. Wooden wall. That's perfect for him to jump in with. A nice shot. And dodge towards the right. Big damage as well. They get ahead of Surge and a free launch pad. This is everything Reason could want.
Reason has been doing this the entire day, getting placements as a solo, and now he's combining it with some eliminations. He took out Kiriachi there with a big blast, and now Reason's on the low ground with a couple of builds to protect himself. These are big moments here because placement points are coming on through, and Reason now, he's out in a blink of an eye. And look at up who's at high, really high. It's Sapphics Trio. You're gonna have to move down a little bit, my friend. You're too high for my liking.
Now low ground still getting churned. Jaggy trying to get his first shot off on a Tooth. Tooth defensive back towards the pyramid. Two people in the same box though. It gets awkward. He wants to be comfortable, but there's no chance for him to be on feathered footing. He gets taken out. Putric, Sapphic, default, putting so much pressure up top, forcing every single trio into the boxes down below. Clement, Floki, Deceptos, they've made it this far, still alive. Their classic style today is just try to be consistent, make these end games, and then operate as a three-man firing squad. And there goes Koro, forced up a certain layer. They might not get the Elin, but they've done the damage. Clement still moving forward on the backside. This bounce back is going to give them so much time to work with. Cammy popping off in the feed. They take out Jaggy. They finish the job that Clement, Floki, Deceptos started. They're still beaming down these boxes. Another two-man spread from Clement and Floki. Deceptos jumps in, goes towards the backside and actually make that base and claim some home in this zone. They're up against Seti, Cammy, Teak now. It's a big 3v3 on low, but Band's there too. The Deceptos down. This is trouble. It's just a two-man operation now.
Two-man operation, and they're operating on fumes right now. The gas is on E as they're making it through. Cammy, Set, and Teak, a full trio looking strong. And you have Clement on the front side, Diablo Bayan on the right next to them as Clement is now here. He's going to hold on with Floki. Clement, Floki on the low ground using the chuck cannon. There is Diablo Bayan. It's a double battle here. Two duos on the pass going colliding here. Clement, Floki now crashing through. You're looking at the feed right now. Sapphic and Default pick up Diablo and Bayan. So now Clement and Floki have some moments here to themselves here on the low ground, but it's the full trio. Cammy, Seti, Teak colliding on through, and it is Default's trio racking in the victory royale with 7 eliminations. Yes!
That's high ground, just textbook pressure from start to finish. Everyone waiting too long to do anything in that game, and it was too much for every other trio to stay alive. Tayson tried. We had Sapphic, just drop down the pressure. We had so much stuff go down below. Seti, Cammy, Teak almost alive till the end of the zone. Just a good game overall from the CL-centric boys.
No doubt there, the 12th place team getting a crucial victory royale here as we're getting into that marathon. We're feeling the marathon there. We're getting to the end, and I just got to say, right, a lot of the names, they're kind of felt that. Like I mentioned, they ran out of gas. I mean, you saw right there, Reason's trio going down. You had Vidil going down, Hen and Janice going down. Child, there's so many people going down, and they just need a replenishment. They got a pit stop, refuel,
Hopefully, Teak with very good box dive in. I want to see what else we missed. What other dives? Zeke, Levin, and Reese, they have everything on that for this last game.
Thank you guys so much. I mean, you know what, Levin, Reese, I feel like the casters have kind of set this perfectly for us, right? This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. And right now, I feel like the way that these trios operated their last game is Shy was actually exactly right. They waited too long to do anything, right? They waited to that last moment, and in that moment, chaos was created. For Sapphic, Default, and Putrick, they waited. They're like, okay, all we have to do is hold this high ground. I mean, look at that. They had 40 builds left. They could have done this all day long, and everyone else is down at the bottom. They're just running around, chaos is happening, and they're just holding. They're holding. Like, okay, that's it. We've won the game. It's textbook.
It's funny you mentioned teams waiting too long to do something. I was feeling the same way about Sapphic, Eva, and Patrick, where it was like, when are they going to finally have that high ground? When we talked about them coming into the tournament, about how like they are one of the other teams who's going to look to play high, finally got their chance to shine. And this is why teams want it so badly, right? You know, because you put yourself in these positions where you can win games like this. A great start for them. I think today, overall, they've been sort of middling. This will push them higher up in the standings. It gives them a chance to really compete right for a top 10 position. But honestly, you know, like you guys have sort of said already, so many of these teams going down a bit early, but then you have some of the teams below them having deeper runs. Like obviously Cami City got a good game. Like the standings are going to be all over the place right now. I'm not really too sure what we're going to be seeing at that stage.
I mean, to put numbers onto it, right? Out of the teams who were in the top 7, none of them made it into the top 10. So none of the top teams who were competitors today got big points. And that's what I mean. When you're looking at Safik's team, who was middling throughout the majority of the 2 days, that just gives them the opportunity to pick up a victory royale and fly up the leaderboards, which I'm sure they absolutely have.
Yeah, there's some shakeups that are absolutely happening. We'll see those in just a little bit. First, guys, what's going on in that northwest quadrant of the map? I feel like Surge has been such an issue for the northwest side, but sometimes they can make this work to their advantage.
Yeah, and we kind of caught this in the broadcast earlier, but I want to actually break down exactly what happens, because you have Art Skills Trio, you can see inside Stealthy, but you have Henjanis Chapix over here, and then you have also Kumu's team along with Flecken on this west side. This was chaos, what ended up happening. So usually we're seeing Henjanis Chapix rotate all the way over into here and pick up a fight on a contested draw spot. That's not necessarily what happens, because you can see there's only a single team in there right now. You know what's below Matzo's team uncontested down here, who have been pushed by the team in Stealthy so far. So this top corner has a lot of options what team is doing, and this is just what actually happened. You can see chaos. Every single team has managed to push in to try and fight, and they have the same Storm Surge strategy. Flecken's team trying to push in and fight Expert's team at the same time. All of them trying to come in, and they just get this three-way, really awkward fight where they go tit for tat. They trade elimination after elimination. Overall, it just becomes super scrappy and not the usual clean fight that we're used to seeing. You see from X-Kumu, who's absolutely basically just popped off at the end as well, managing to clean up this and definitely secure them some points here. But usually this kind of fight is something you'd see would be quick, fast. They sneak in and they have no clue what's happening. But from Kumu's team, because they ended up winning out, beautiful for them.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, I don't want to say it's happening, but it looks like it's happening. Look, there's 1 point in it at the top, right? Tayson, Vino, and Reason lead by just 1 point at the moment. But boy, am I not, you know, I'm not too sure what's going to happen. It looks like the fourth time might be possible. But look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take a look at that next page, right? Because obviously just got, you know, plenty of competitors still, and we're getting later and later in. And Alex Ozonic, we sitting here in 11th, and on the day, I believe they've been one of the best teams on the day. I think they've, you know, if you're just looking at today's leaderboard, they're about 3rd, right? And so the fact that they're still just at 11th shows they had a really bad day one, but they are trying to pull it back now, and that climb is still happening. There are still a couple games left, right? So there's a chance to do that.
I mean, that's kind of classic from them. We saw the exact same thing last season, where I'm pretty sure they were somewhere around like 20th after day one, and then they ended up being top 10. So they had a huge comeback in day 2. So maybe Andalex's team, day 2 heroes from now on. And we could see them continue to fly up the leaderboard throughout the next couple of games that we've got left.
Yeah, look, it's almost similar to how they did in the qualifiers, where qualifier 2, they come out, don't look good. Qualifier 3, they come out the best performance we've seen in the qualifier all season. So day 2 is clearly a great day for them.
Guys, this is crazy. I mean, if Tayson keeps this up, he could be the 4-time champion just by himself, right? This is Rex Arkram, Epic Will from NA West vibes that we're giving off right now, but we only have 3 games left. So we'll have to see. I know, exactly. On you. We'll have to see how this all unfolds. But for now, we're jumping back on the battle bus. Let's get into the next game of the FNCS.
Game 10. Here we go. We got 3 more left, and only 1 point separates first and second place. And what's on the line for Tayson, Vino, and Reason is a 4-time FNCS championship and new FNCS champions when it comes to Vino and Reason. That is what's happening. And you could really credit to that to Pink Nebs and Stump Me slowly sliding down thanks to ZQ's Trio's pressure here. Taking building Shio. Game 10, man. Everything is on the line.
3 games. It takes 3 active games to change your fate inside the FNCS from 10th all the way to 1st if they're good enough. And now we're in those final 3, the 10, 11, and 12s of the 2 days. This is where things get really exciting. And yeah, you're talking about Nev, Stompy, Pink. Think about it this way, right? 9 games they've played so far, contested, and they're in 2nd place by 1 point.
Impressive.
We were talking about, you know, Henjanis Chapix being 6th overall last season. and you know, kind of middling throughout the day in 5th, in 10th. These guys have held leads, fighting off spawn every single game. If that's not a statement, I don't know what is.
And this is right here. Look at this. They have gas in the tank right now, trying to dip into the last minute reserves here. And this is what's the difference though. Hidden Genesis and Chapix, they fought, they stayed, they wanted it all against High Crescent's trio. They never really disengaged, but Neb Stompy and Pink going to go ahead and disengage, get back to the gas station. Talk about it, that refuel that you're going to see right here. This is not going to be a great spot to find some as many materials as they would have Lazy Lake, of course, but you got to give what you got to take what you can get, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be a really weird take today for a lot of teams because these next 2 games we're playing are, of course, the added on games from the missed out ones yesterday. So a lot of the players right now are on their game 7s and game 8s. Stuff we don't usually see for players in a series. They have third-party experiences a little bit, you know, with playing 8-game formats, sometimes 10-game formats. EU's gotten a little bit weird throughout the years, but now at this caliber of competition, at the top, fighting for that $300,000 prize all the way there for, you know, a nice 100K each trio member. I mean, this is different with stakes. This is also a lobby. You don't want to mess with every POI stacked. You know, people fighting off spawn over and over, mid-game being different every game. Sometimes the mountain's in the way. So it's going to be really different in terms of a vibe for Tayson to hold on. That was kind of scary, but it's all good. I was like, wait a minute, there's no name tag. There's no way.
You're there.
Talk about it this time, right, Sancho? It's really different. Before, they moved out of Believer Beach so fast when they have zone. This time, taking their time entirely at the pier, the hotel, make sure the whole POI is looted. They know once they start to move, lots of teams will be beside them. They can get easy shots when they're outside of zone.
And if this is your first time watching the FNCS broadcast, welcome. You're catching us on a hot one. But this is what happens here. When we start getting into the later stages of the game, we focus on the top of the board. You're going to see eliminations happen in the feed, but don't you fret. If a big eliminations happen, we will let the ops know and we'll try to get there as fast as possible. But for now, this is what's going to happen. We're going to sit here, watch how people are looting, watch how people are making adjustments, because literally every single thing in these early games, even though it's just looting and matching, matters the most. And now you're seeing Deceptus Clement and Floki, they made those adjustments. They moved from 7th to 8th place and they skyrocket to 3rd place from the previous game.
Now you're talking about, you know, single-digit place here or there. That taste is cool. What Stompy's doing is also pretty stick with the clutches.
Não volta mesmo.
Talk about him. Not even on that first.
Não volta mesmo.
It's a really impressive day for these guys overall. Really feeling themselves. That Savage just watched down go in the feed too. Fresh Guard and Jordan deleted again. Second place these guys are holding on to, now down to 7th. And now after this game going to the final 2, they might be even lower. I mean, the boards are still changing the whole way.
Nas aulas de TIC? Tiago, aulas de informática, estás a dizer tipo de computadores e isso? Nada. Olha, peço-me que saiba o teu e-mail da escola e a tua password. Nada. Não. Já tens lá o PC? Literalmente aquilo é um PC, só que não é gamer. Um PC bem bosta. Que é para ir de 100 euros.
They're the first to try to go for that retake, or the second to push all the way for height. They really want to take.
Não foi só o Putrick.
I mean, the Sixtos are also having very similar ways of success.
Sabem quando vocês às vezes comem alguma cena e fica, parece aquela, tipo aquela cena de vocês, tipo, fica-vos, cabe-vos mal dessa cena e depois tipo estás a, tipo, aí já viste o luto, aquele de baixo, tipo cabe-vos mal no que comem, tipo, e depois fica com uma cena que parece que querem vomitar E fica tipo meio que oh, olha, o Patrick apanhou uma escarroja. Apanhou não, está a vender lá o bote. Tipo, olha,
to that hotfish that was a key component last season for
pronto,
Jirachi. But one of the components for this game set that I'm watching here is last time they put
sabem, sabes, então, aqui, quando comes uma cena, cai-te mal essa cena e depois fica meio, parece que tu, às vezes, tipo, depois parece que já tens vontade de vomitar, mas depois passa-te, mas ficas sempre com aquela cena que tipo, queres derrotar para passar e não consegues.
Looking really good in the way they operate.
E depois tipo, estás ali a tentar, tipo, parece tipo, aquilo que parece que está assim, depois não se sabe, não estava-me a dar isso ao caso. Por isso é que me demorei um bocadinho, eu acabei e fui para a casa de banho, só para tipo ver se conseguia, não ia estar alguma cena. Tá, depois ver se consegues. Já cá bocado ainda conseguiu voltar uma vez e chama-me.
And then the next game actually have a shot at getting another that's lethal towards these last few games.
Mas é que não sei porque são sempre para baixo.
We're going to Chapix, Sid and Janice. There's only 3 games left.
Não sei, às vezes tipo não sou assim.
That will be distributed. The lion's share wins $300,000. Janice, Sid and Chapix had
o Tyson, o Reason e o Venom.
Back in Chuck for 2 season 5.
Venom. Falcon Venom.
The throne.
Hey, maybe I need to call up High Chris and tell him to start contesting again because last season they were higher in placement overall, right? They were looking a little bit more surprised once winning that fight off of Spawn this season. And look at this too, FSI bullied by Aqua. Another true to talk about, but on the topic of Hen still, as this fight will easily wrap up, you know.
Eu vou dizer carro, boa e campo de bosta. Com uma árvore branca não faz assim tanta diferença. Agora uma pampa branca, uma sorte lendária é muito diferente. Olha, está resolvido. Também há.
A fighter E, which is not really a word, but I'm going to throw that in there. So Aqua right now, they usually set up in bases and they send down the beams, but the box fighter Re vibes inside of Noah Riley and Vigil are working out for them, and that's the second box fight we see them taking these last set of games.
Yeah, one more point on Aqua's trio in a second as we go towards Steady, Kemi, and Teeks.
Que agora estou conseguindo derrotar. Tipo, acho que nunca consegui derrotar.
I feel like getting there has been an issue. Kami already taken out on rotation, maybe since zones entirely. Things are not going too well. We haven't had them as a focus during these moments on broadcast. But we'll see what they can do. They're 8th currently right now. And going back to Aqua, you're talking about box fighters. They're looking really good, right? I think the issue with them, though, is for some reason, they have this bump in their timeline. The 5th zone, the 6th zone. Something happens and a trio takes them out in a matter of 5 seconds. They need to fix that. So they were 2nd place at one point. Now they're down in 10th because game after game, they have really good positioning and then they just get wiped. And we never even get to see how. Sometimes when we do, it's one person getting sniped. Everyone else is taken over by Storm. They cannot make the mistake anymore in these last 3 games.
Mistake cannot happen right now for Pink, Stoppy, and Nebs out here in the Defiant Dish. Going to begin Zabre, who have now rotated and changed their...
Quando é que o modificano?